I've got 5 reasons, only 5, why this shoe, the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 4, might be better than this shoe. The third version, the version before. Allow me to just explain. Hear me out, and then you can make your own opinions. My name is Aubrey, I'm a runner, and I'm good with being me. In this video, allow me to give you a comparison of these shoes. I don't want to yap about different random things, just the relevant things that make this shoe better than this one. At the time of filming this video, you've just given me 16,000 subscribers. I feel very well supported, and I want to say thank you. I want to just pause a second. Thank you. 16,000 subscribers. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You continue to support me. All right, let's talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about is the weight. Now, these are not things we can argue about. This is not about your opinion or mine. If I put this on a scale and this on a scale, this one, the third version, weighs 233 grams. That is respectable. It's light enough for a race day shoe. However, 213, 20 grams lighter. Now, if you're built like me, that's irrelevant. I really don't care, if I'm honest with you. As I was saying, I don't really care. However, I ran a marathon, bro, and that thing is tough. I need everything to be on my side. If it's 20 grams, let it be that. So that's one thing. This is much lighter. The second biggest thing, the upper. They've updated the upper. Now look at this thing closely. Look at that thing. You could light a match on this thing, like whoosh, it's that kind of rough. A lot of people talked about how abrasive and how rough feeling this upper was, that it actually gave them blisters on the inside. They've updated that. The upper here is much more of a softer, like when you compare the two, it's a softer feeling upper in line with other shoes, especially when you compare it with this one. This is a rougher feeling one. Now, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't have problems with this upper because I'm not out here just scratching my shoe, you know? But for people that wore this shoe and found that it rubbed them in the wrong way, if you're gonna rub in a shoe and the surface is rough, which this one is, it's gonna cause you issues. They've updated that here. This is a much softer, much pleasant to the touch kind of feeling upper. So that's gonna be the second tangible reason why this is a better shoe. The lacing. Now, I know a lot of people talked about problems with the lacing. Now, the issue that most people had with the Adidas Adios Pro 3, you see how these are structured? Hold on, let me hide my face. There, how these are structured here and here, and of course there and there. That, when you tie down the laces, people complained about that giving you serious problems, not only lace bite, but just the pressure it created with the rest of the upper. People complained about that. And actually, even just actually doing the laces, this wasn't the easiest option in a Pro 3. They've updated that. Look, they've updated the lacing, and that to me now starts to speak simplicity. And having run my marathon, since I'm a marathoner now, this was an absolute pleasure to run in. I didn't have any issues. There may be other people that will have issues, and that's okay, but I didn't. They fixed the laces and they work. It just simply works for me. What I don't like about the lacing system, and I'm just gonna be outright, is the tongue bit here. Now, whilst that's part of the tongue, and not necessarily the lacing, it affects the lacing. Where you've got that Adizero branding over here, that creates a bit of cushioning. I wish they had taken that up all the way because it doesn't go as far up enough. Now, when you then tie the laces down, you certainly do get that lace bite. I feel like that could have been mitigated if that had come all the way up. Here is my biggest problem with the Pro 3. If you look, my Pro 3 still has within it the runner's loop going through it. There. I had to do it because I had heel slip issues. Somebody then commented to say, you know, once you get the runner's loop running through there, do a runner's knot, you won't anymore. And it didn't. I didn't have that issue, which is fine. That's what that is for. So I don't want to overly fuss about it. what you will notice here, they provide the hole there, the eyelet for the runner's loop, and I didn't need it. For some reason, it just works. I didn't have any heel slip issues. They've touched up something and it just works. A word of warning though, if you don't get the right sizing and the fact that they've adjusted, it might be the shape of the collar. It might be that, I don't know. But if you don't get the right size, expect that might be a bit too tight for you. So please try on the shoe and get your own size, or size that works for you, depending on what distances you're gonna be doing. For a marathon, maybe give yourself a half size up. But for me, I stuck with my 9.5 and it worked perfectly well in that marathon distance. So reason number 4 for me is they've improved the lockdown in this shoe. Number 5, now this one is confusing. They're both called, look, if you look here, hold on, there, Light Strike Pro. Light Strike Pro. But don't be confused. These shoes are so different. They are very different. The foam, for me, feels much better in this version of Light Strike Pro. This version of Light Strike Pro just feels much more comfortable. It feels much more cushioned, much better for my type of running in comparison to this one. This one feels slightly firmer, whereas this feels a bit more comfortable, in my opinion. I would say this is a much better configuration of Light Strike Pro. So there you go. There are my 5 reasons why this shoe is better. And if you want to see a bit more in detail, me actually going into detail about this shoe, click over there. And if you want to see this one in detail, click over there. What's left to do now?